Never let your money sleep. That's what my grandfather told me one evening. I remember I laughed and said, "Grandpa, everyone says save money, save for safety, save for the future." He looked at me calmly and replied, "Saving protects you, but growth frees you." At that time, I didn't understand, but then he told me a story about a man who learned this lesson the hard way. And today, I want to share that story with you, because it might change the way you think about money forever. In a small rural village, there lived a man with big dreams. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't unkind. He wasn't even lazy in his heart. But he had one dangerous habit. He waited. Every morning he sat under a large tree, watching people go to work. Farmers with tools, shopkeepers opening stores, women walking to the market. And he would tell himself, "One day I'll start my own shop. One day I'll buy animals. One day I'll become successful." But that one day never came. Days became weeks, weeks became months, months became years. Inside the house, his wife worked hard. One evening she said softly, "Dreams are beautiful, but dreams without action are empty. We need income. We need movement." He nodded, but he still waited. And slowly, life became harder. One cold night, something changed. His grandson came to him and asked quietly, "Grandpa, is there anything to eat?" The house was silent. His wife checked the shelf. It was empty. No rice, no flour, nothing. That silence was heavier than any insult. And in that moment, he understood something painful. Hope does not fill a hungry stomach. That night he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking, "What have I been doing? Waiting? For what?" At sunrise, he made a decision. He went out to find work. He became a farm laborer. The sun was harsh. The soil was heavy. His hands blistered. Every evening his back ached, but he kept going, and each night he returned home with a few coins. Not much, but something. After some months, he decided to save. Every week, a few coins. Clink, clink. That sound gave him hope. My future is getting safer, he thought. Months passed. The container filled. For the first time, he felt secure. Until the day he went to the market. He placed his savings on the table. "I'd like 2 sacks of grain." The shopkeeper counted, then shook his head. "Prices have increased. This buys only 1 now." The old man froze. Months of work, sacrifices, saving, and still it wasn't enough. Money sitting still loses power. That evening, he walked home defeated, but something inside him was changing. One day he was thinking what he has. Now he began watching his neighbors. One sold eggs, another sold milk, another grew vegetables. They weren't rich, but they were stable. Then a thought came to him. What if, instead of protecting money, I make it work? The next morning, he opened his savings and he invested it. He bought a few hens. At first, it was scary. What if they died? What if no one bought eggs? But this time, he acted. The first week, a few eggs, some for food, some for sale. Then another hen, then another. He tracked everything: eggs, sales, profit. Slowly, the money started coming faster, because now his money was working, not just him. Months passed, customers came to his house, his grandson helped every morning. Life began to change. There was still effort, but now there was progress. One day he held an egg and said, "This is stronger than money in a box." The boy looked confused. He explained, "Money saved waits. Money invested moves. And when it moves wisely, it multiplies." That was my grandfather's lesson. Saving is important, but saving alone is not enough. If you only save, inflation works against you, time works against you, opportunities pass you. Real change begins when you ask, how can this money create value? You don't need a lot. That man started with a few hens. Growth doesn't need perfection. It needs movement. So today, ask yourself, is your money sleeping or is it working? Start small, start smart, but start. Because financial security is not built by hiding money. It is built by growing it. If this story helped you, share it. And remember, don't just save money. Give it a job. Make it grow.